What's going on, everybody in the building, man? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, and I think it's about time that we actually talk about this, right? The P320 and SIG. You know, for the longest now, I've carried a SIG P320. Like, that's been my go-to gun. This right here in particular, the M18X, is one of my recent pickups. It's not loaded, by the way, but it's been one of my recent pickups. I've been a huge fan of SIG. Call me a SIG fanboy, you feel me? Like, I've been a big fan of the products of what SIG has been putting out of lately. The Spear LT, the Rattler LT, the P320, and all the new models that have been coming out, or variants like the SXG. And you got even some of the newer products coming down the line, like the brand new 1911 double stack. All the stuff that they showed during SIG Next. I've been a big fan of SIG. So seeing this situation arise and me being someone that reviews a lot of their product, I feel like it's right of me to give my thoughts and opinion and speak to my audience, because I don't want to fake like it's not going on. You feel me? I recently got in some products I was going to be reviewing, but that's why I wanted to make a video today just talking about this whole entire situation. Now, for the past couple of years now, there's been multiple lawsuits, articles, situations, videos of P320s going off. I'm pretty sure you guys are fully aware of that, and a lot of y'all are maybe, I'm pretty sure, aware of what happened of recently the past couple of days. But if you're not, let's go ahead and break it down. The Air Force suspends use of the M18 after Airman's death. Now, if you don't know what the M18 is the P320. You have the M17 and then the M18. The M18 is the shorter, more compact version. The M17 is the longer version. Like that one right there, the M18X, that has the X grip on it with the magwell. Air Force Global Strike Command has pulled SIG M18 pistols from the following July 20th death of an airman at F.E. Warren Air Force Base in Wyoming. The airman was in active duty and assigned to the 90th Security Forces Squadron at the time of the fatal incident. The 90th Missile Wing confirmed this week. Further details, including the airman's name and cause of death, are currently being withheld. I don't know why they would say the cause of death if we know what the cause of death is. The service's decision to withdraw the M18 pistol from use in the immediate aftermath of the airman's death is pending an investigation by the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, as well as a safety inspection of the handgun. A leaked memo dated back July 21st called the M18 to be pulled from use for all operational and training activities immediately and replaced by the M4 rifle until further notice. It also calls for 100% inspection of all wing-assigned M18 weapon systems by the combat arms personnel. The memo was confirmed as authentic by Charles Hoffman, an AFGSC spokesperson, who said that the pause would remain throughout the investigations out of an abundance of caution and ensure the safety and security of our personnel, according to task and purpose. The M18 is one of the two versions of the SIG P320 handgun. The M18 and M17 adopted as a standard sidearm for all branches of the U.S. military beginning in 2017. Over the years, P320 has been subject to numerous allegations of unintentional injuries caused by accidental firings and purported design flaws and allegations which SIG strongly denies. The P320 cannot, under any circumstances, discharge without a trigger pull. That is a fact. The allegations against the P320 are nothing more than individuals seeking to profit or avoid personal responsibility. Sig Sauer stated in March 7th release. However, the P320 has led numerous lawsuits and was removed from use by a series of law enforcement agencies and police departments, including the Dallas Police Department, the Milwaukee Police Department, and the Philadelphia Transit Police. The Washington State Criminal Justice Training Commission, responsible for law training enforcement officers statewide, has gone so far as to place a ban on the P320 from all its facilities. The most recently, the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, moved to drop P320 pistols in favor of swiftly replacing them with Glock 19 MOS. An ICE memo dated July 9th stated that all models of Sig Sauer P320s were now off limits of ICE agents. It's called for the purchase of replacement sidearms as soon as is practicable. So one of the more recent videos, and I don't know if I'll be able to find it. If I can, I'll throw it in, or if I can find it on YouTube. But there was like a training thing where the P320 went off and just shot randomly as well. I think this is it right here. Here it is. So this is one of the more recent videos of what is allegedly supposed to be this. We got to make sure we use our words.
Like my demonstration, I want you guys. All right. Is that a fucking 320?
Yep.
All right. Oh, God. Get this gun off my range. Don't bring it back on the range. God damn.
So that was, you know, the more recent situation. So all in all, guys, and actually, we're gonna go a little bit deeper into it because there's actually the actual document or the story of what it was, and I want to actually read that. The story, though, is supposedly that the gun was holstered, and the man put it on the counter in front of him. I guess pissed the barrel facing him, and that's when it went off. Let me see if we can find that documentation. So this is the information that's been passed around. The security forces desk sergeant took off his Safariland holster with the M18 pistol still inside by unlocking the QSL fork, which you just press on the side, push those up, pull it out, and placing it on the table. The pistol went off while still in the holster, hitting the sergeant in the chest and killing him. After the incident, the commanding general of Air Force Global Strike Command ordered a pause on all M18 pistols. The investigation is still ongoing. So since then, SIG has also put out a post. Our hearts are with the service members and families impacted by the recent report event at the F.E. Warren Air Force Base. We are proactively offered assistance to the U.S. military as they investigate the incident and remain willing to help in furtherance of their ongoing inquiry. We have an absolute confidence in the military's ability to conduct a thorough investigation and are working with the Air Force and Army to answer any of their questions. Now, with that said, like, you know what this is? This is the real thing, though. This right here is going to more than likely change a lot of stuff and a lot of course for the P320, in my humble opinion. And the reason why is, let's just say, hypothetically, we got two instances here. Either the gun just went off and was a faulty gun, and the P320 went off without being pulled the trigger, right? Or there was something in the holster, or the guy did something and he caused the DND, right? There's two situations. The thing is that SIG is in a situation where either way it goes, they're screwed. And I say that to say, if the gun went off because of the actual officer, the Air Force sergeant did something, maybe something was in the holster, I don't know. Let's just say he put it down and it was caused by him. SIG is not going to come out and say, oh, it's, you know, we found out it was not the gun's fault and it was his fault. So we are going to state once again that this is fact. The SIG P320 does not go off on its own. Like, they can't do that now. See, before they could have done that because people were not getting harmed. Some people might have been shot, but majority of the time the gun went off and shot at the ground or wherever it was at. Somebody actually died this time, right? Somebody is dead because of this situation at this time. So they can't say, even if it was this man's fault, SIG can't say nothing at all. Really, the person that's going to be able to clear the air is the military themselves and the investigation they conclude. And even if they conclude that it was his fault, right? SIG can't come out and say anything. All they can say is we stand by, you know, the military's decision on the investigation and leave it at that. Because them then trying to double down on the blame of someone else, this is super sour taste, no pun intended, horrible taste, and it would definitely hurt their image. Now, if the gun went off because of a malfunction and faulty gun at this point, then that's even worse, of course, because now SIG is looking into potential lawsuits and further lawsuits from other people that's saying, look, it's proven it can be done. All this time we've been saying it, bam. I'm not gonna lie. In the very beginning, when all this stuff was coming off, you know, I definitely, not necessarily saying that I don't believe these people, but we know how social media is, how news is, and how witch hunting is. When something happens and people see that there's a reaction and there's potential, I guess, clout or profits or anything that can be made, the stuff starts to pile in. You see it all the time with, you know, when someone comes out and says, you know, the Bill Cosby or Donald Trump or even with, you know, Michael Jackson, whatever. Whenever there's some sort of scandal going on with what's his name, Jonathan Majors, when he got hit with the situation, all these people start coming forth and all these information starts rolling in, and he did it to me too. He did this to me also. This person also did it. Like when this happened, even with like, you know, police injustice, like people, you know, police brutality, my word, police brutality. You know, you see one and then the news picks it up and they see the ratings go and they continue this reporting on every single situation revolving around the cops. Some of it that may not even be the cops' fault. Some of it is the cops' fault, but they see that news brings in the ratings that they need. And I thought the same kind of situation in this situation where, is this, you know, just people continuously trying to dog pile on top of SIG and the P320 because it's an easy target at this point? I did think that. But right now, man, like, it's hard for me to continue to believe that and not believe that there is a possibility, at least, that some of this is the case. Now, and why I would say that, right? Those people that may have been doing it for profit, let's just say, right? Those people, they're not harmed. I doubt this man here is going to risk his life and get killed, you know, get shot in the chest for some clout or some profit at this point. I mean, obviously he wouldn't be able to see it. He ain't here to see what he's made happen. You feel me? I doubt that was the case. So for it to be holstered and to go off, I'm looking to see really what's going on here, because if it is the fact that it is the P320, this is definitely going to have to be something where SIG is going to have to, you know, do that part. I have no clue. I've never witnessed this type of situation go on in the past. Me fairly being somewhat new into the gun world, like, I would like to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on that one down below. With that said, though, for now, like, I don't feel comfortable. You know, I wouldn't feel comfortable reviewing P320 products right now or talking about P320 products, because it's just the way it is right now, right? Like, and it hurts because I was a big fan of it. My SIGs never have done none of that for me. You know, my P320s have never done any of that. But I just wanted to make a video to give my thoughts and opinions on it, and also just not act like it's not happening. You know, I've carried a P320 though for years. I still carry a P365. I love my P365. There hasn't been many issues with the P365. I think there was a situation back in the day where you pull the trigger and shake it and it goes off. So, you know, that is something too, you know. But with that said, what I will be carrying for now, picked up a new Glock 19X with the threaded barrel in the MOS. Glock 45, but I like the peanut butter look. But I'm not here to dog pile and crap on SIG and the P320. But I am here to say, like, I'm not gonna turn a blind eye, you know. And I hope that doesn't ruin my relationship with SIG whatsoever, because I love the products that they make. At the same time, I can't like deny at least the issues coming out of the P320 department. And hopefully this gets settled. And you know, I don't know. You know, some people are over it. That part I don't know, but this is definitely a wild week, I would say. So let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. And where do you think we're gonna go from this point? What do y'all think is gonna happen? I would love to hear it.